Alright, Guardians, welcome back to the Crucible Brothers, and right out the gate, before we even get started with this video, let's address the Eververse in the room here. Do you need the Vigil for Saint 14 ornament to make Vigilance Wing good? Obviously no. Ornaments are still a preference at the end of the day, and while the Vigil of the Saint 14 does have an open and clearer sight, how much that affects your actual gameplay is up to you. It's borderline a little bit placebo. Remember, Vigilance Wing was once the best gun in the game during the Warmind era, and that was before this ornament ever existed. So don't let that hold you back. You should try the weapon, see if you like it, and if you like it so much, then consider purchasing the ornament. I'm not gonna sit here and talk down to you guys and be like, oh, you must have this ornament, it's OP, it's pay to win, when in reality, it's more than usable without it. Make those decisions yourself. Your money is valuable, your time is valuable, and it's ultimately up to you whether you invest it or not. With that out of the way, before we get any further, make sure you guys take a second, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps us on our road. We're almost at 6,000 subscribers, which is one step closer to 10,000, so take a second and do it. Make sure you like the video and comment as well because it helps on the YouTube algorithm. Just tell me how you're doing today. I'm always wondering how you're doing. I care. I hope you're doing well. And with that out of the way, let's get right into the rest of the review. So if I had to describe Vigilance Wing in just a few short words, it would be that it is the most consistent exotic in the game. It produces one set of results consistently, game in and game out, while requiring very little from the player, and what it produces is good enough to compete at the highest level in any game, trials, quick play, your friend's sketchy tournament with some amount of money laid down that he never follows through on and then ghosts you and disappears. Whatever you're doing, Vigilance Wing will serve you very well. Its perks are fantastic, its archetype is fantastic, its time to kill is fantastic, and while it's not necessarily best in class, in a lot of those areas, it's more than good enough to compete, and it has such a low barrier to entry that if you're struggling to find a place in the game, if you don't have a favorite primary, you should always keep a Vigilance Wing on you because you'll be able to use it no matter what to a very high efficacy. And now my favorite part of the video, let's dive into the stats. Vigilance Wing is unique in that it is a 530 RPM 5 burst pulse rifle, the only one of its kind. It comes in with great all-around stability at 70, 65 range, low handling at 43, great aim assist at 60, a nice standard zoom of 17, and then by far its weakest stat is the recoil direction of 79. That 79 recoil direction does come up, and the recoil can wander. This is overall a very easy to use weapon, especially with its catalyst grinding at full auto, but sometimes, especially when you're getting flinched, that recoil can jump to the right and cause you to miss, and it is something to note. It happens to me, honestly, pretty frequently. All of this translates to an excellent 0.77 optimal time to kill, and this is by far the best part about Vigilance Wing. You get that optimal time to kill only requiring 7 crits and 2 body shots. That's not even a full 2 bursts, so you have a lot of room to play with. You can use that last bullet in the second burst if you need it. And even if you miss your 2 burst, your accuracy adjusted time to kill, what you're going to be hitting most of the time, is 2.5 bursts at 0.83 seconds. You're really only getting burned when you have to require that 3rd burst or anything beyond that. So there's an incredible amount of forgiveness. Vigilance Wing won't hurt you. If you get flinched, it doesn't matter. This is the big difference between it and, say, No Time to Explain. Now, while No Time to Explain is a menace and the best gun in the game right now, it's also true to say that if you don't hit your crits and reach your optimal time to kill, you're dead in the water. However, Vigilance Wing, you don't have to worry about that as much. If you miss, you aren't insanely punished. And to put that into perspective, how punished are you if you miss with a high impact pulse rifle? The difference between a 2 burst and 3 burst kill is the difference between a 0.67 time to kill and a 1 second time to kill. That is gigantic. And a huge reason why No Time to Explain is so overpowered because the auto-aim gun buddy makes it so that you can never miss your optimal time to kill. You're always hitting the fastest possible time to kill at optimal ranges more so than other hand cannons. That's why it's so overpowered. If you don't think No Time to Explain is overpowered, please get the hell away from me. Anyways, Vigilance Wing doesn't have that drawback, which means despite its kind of clunky handling, Vigilance Wing is uniquely suited to be very aggressive, especially when you start getting into the perks. Starting out with Vigilance Wing's intrinsic perk, Harsh Truths, This might be one of the coolest perks in quick play ever because it's basically always active. The perk reads, this weapon fires a 5-round burst. When a nearby ally is killed, gain health regeneration and increased movement speed. Now, the wording there, nearby ally, is a bit of a misnomer because it's pretty much anywhere on the map. As long as you're within 1 Gjallarhorn's distance of your teammates, you will get Harsh Truce to activate when they die. And guess what happens a lot? Your blueberries being worthless and dying. And when that happens, you get free Killing Wind. And I do mean free Killing Wind. When this perk is active, you are zooming. You are moving so fast. Honestly, the best part about this perk is respawning, seeing your teammate die halfway across the map, and then getting a super speed boost to help you get back into the mix even faster. But even then, if you're in the trenches, you're locked down with the boys, and your homies start falling around you, you take some damage, guess what? You get the benefit of basically unrelenting. You get super juiced health regen. It's not quite the same as like Classy Restoration or like a Healing Rift, but it's going to let you get back into the gunfight even faster. And again, that plays into the aggressiveness. Vigilance Wing, despite its clunky appearance, wants you to be in there. It wants you to mix around and fuck around and find out. And that's very, very fun. And then when we translate into the competitive game modes, the other perk on Vigilance Wing, Last Stand, is also insane. Consider this like a prototype version of Alacrity, where you're going to get that increased weapon performance, which usually means aim assist and accuracy, on top of even further juiced, and I do mean juiced, recovery. You are a monster in a 1vx situation with the Vigilance Wing equipped. It will come up, and you can absolutely punish people in the realm of trials with this perk. Do not sleep on it. Other than that, Vigilance Wing is just a pulse among pulses. You need to get in there, start dueling, flinch those snipers, and remember, you're basically the 140 hand cannon of pulses. You're going to be able to repeat the same devastating time to kill over and over without so much variance because this weapon is just so forgiving. I've said it many times in this video, but it's worth hammering home even more. You do not need much to get optimal play out of Vigilance Wing, and its optimal play is fantastic. Now, it needs to be said, this meta, a little bit hostile to it. Obviously, No Time to Explain is the #1 enemy in town, and No Time to Explain strictly beats Vigilance Wing. It has more range, and its broken-ass optimal time to kill that's so easy to hit is just better. But, assuming that No Time to Explain and High Impact Pulses get nerfed, Vigilance Wing stands to just immediately move into that power vacuum. If you're someone who likes High Impact Pulses, you better grind your Vigilance Wing Catalyst and keep it in the back pocket, because if those things get hit, Vigilance Wing will be back and better than ever. It's already fantastic, it's worth your time, and most importantly, it deserves to be good in this meta because it's one of the last unique exotic pulse rifles we have ever gotten. Between Vigilance Wing and Collective Obligation, there were no new exotic pulses introduced that were unique to Destiny 2, and Collective Obligation sucks. So Vigilance Wing is kind of the last bastion of unique pulse rifle design, and I want it to be relevant. Anyways, that is the end of this review. Make sure you guys take a second, leave a like and a comment down below to help this video in the algorithm. If you've used Vigilance Wing, if you haven't used Vigilance Wing, if you're using it right now, tell me about it. You should give it a try right now. Stop what you're doing after you like, subscribe, comment, and go play with it. It's really fun. It's just really fun. I enjoyed my time with it thoroughly. Other than that, more reviews are coming your way. Thank you guys so much for the support lately. We love you guys immensely, and we will see you in the next video. Peace!